quick thought on my Dallas Cowboys. Posted a video the other night when I heard that our arch rival in Washington had stolen Deebo Samuel from San Francisco for a 5th-round pick and only having to pay next year's salary of $17.5 million. It was a splash move. It was a win-now move for a Jaden Daniels who played quarterback at the highest level I've ever seen a rookie play that position at. We in Dallas are going to have to deal with Jaden Daniels for a long time. Knock on wood for him. He stays healthy. I don't know, 15-ish years, 20 years. We already have to deal with Jalen Hurts and his GM, Howie Roseman in Philadelphia, reigning Super Bowl champs. And now I'm scared to death that Shedeur is going to wind up a Giant. I don't know why Tennessee wouldn't pick him, but that's a whole nother story that I have shared with you. But if he does wind up in New York and we have to play him twice and Jaden twice with Deebo on top of McLaurin, and we have to deal with Jalen in Philly twice a year, it's looking to me like we're in danger of becoming the 4th best team in a 4-team division. So I read yesterday that, newsflash, breaking news, Dallas might use the franchise tag on Osa Odigizua. Really? So he's our answer to Jalen Carter, the monster, the new Reggie White in Philadelphia. Really? Osa, we're going to franchise tag? Again, Osa's a nice player, had a nice year. He's an undersized overachiever. I like him a lot. But where exactly is Osa going to carry us, going to take us in this division against those quarterbacks? Help a little, but not a lot. So our offseason priority is to keep what we have. We've got to re-sign Micah Parsons and make him the highest paid defensive player in the history of football. And yet, Micah and Osa and another draft pick that's looking bustish to me, Mozzie Smith, they were all on the field earlier last season and going back to the end of the previous season when Green Bay came in the playoff game and was up 27-0 by halftime. And those guys were all on the field. The opener this past year, New Orleans, we were blown out by halftime, literally blown off the field with all 3 of those guys on the field. And then came Baltimore, then came Detroit, then Philly came, and then the Texans came, and we're just blown off the field. We can't compete. We're not competitive as a pro football team against those teams at home. That happened with those players on the field. My point is this. It's time for Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones to figure out how to make a splash. I don't have this is just me. They made Dak the highest paid player in pro football. Is there a way to trade him? Would somebody take him off your hands for nothing? Is there a way to go up and get Shedeur? Is there a way? That's a splash move. That's a wow move. That's a head turner in Philly, in Washington, and with the Giants. That raises eyebrows. We don't do anything to raise eyebrows except try to keep our own, the players we drafted, the players who all contributed to 7 and 10 last year. We're trying to sustain mediocrity at best. At best. You have to make a splash move. You have to get inventive and creative and go get somebody who matters, who sends a message to your locker room that we are serious now. This is serious business. We are going to do that and that and that. I read today Calvin Watkins in the Dallas Morning News doing his first mock draft. He had us at 12, the Cowboys picking 12th overall in the first round, taking Walter Nolan. I watched Ole Miss, 4 or 5 times, never caught my eye. I know he's got all the measurables, 6'4", 300-ish. A little bit of an underachiever. Played at 3 different high schools. Actually was enrolled to go to IMG Academy as a 4th high school, but he's so gifted, so explosively talented that he became the number 1 recruit in that 2022 class, number 1 in the nation, signed by Texas A&M in what was called the greatest recruiting class in the history of college football. And where exactly did it get A&M? Nowhere that mattered. And Walter Nolan wound up transferring, probably for more money, to Ole Miss, where he played last year. Played okay. Did some good things. Scouts salivate because they see the measurables. But is he going to change our life? Will he be better than Mozzie Smith? I don't know. Obviously, Ashton Genty, who I got to watch at the Combine, not work out, not perform, but interview. And I like his spirit. I like his spunk. I like his supreme confidence. And that's a powerful little package at 5'8 3/4 and 206 pounds. Built low, extreme, supreme balance. Don't know how he's going to time. I guess he'll run the 40 at his pro day, but I'm not even sure about that. But I'm just thinking his stock will rise above 12. Calvin Watkins at the Morning News had him going, I think, 7th to the Jets. Could happen. He just might not be there. So are we going to be able to splash in the draft unless we trade up for a quarterback? I don't see how. I'm just telling you, these other teams that we're up against are serious business. They're only getting better and better. And to me, we're only getting more and more mediocre at best. Do something, Jerry.